Hello, this is Sebastian from socialanxietysolutions.com. And when you're watching this, you are probably not new to my work because this is all about a social confidence club that is about to open, or that is open when you're watching this. And I thought it would be helpful to interview some of the members that joined last May, I think it was, to hear what their experience was, or has been, and is, because they're still part of it. Today I'm talking to James from no other place than Australia. And I prepared a bunch of questions, and I'm just gonna fire them off, and we have a little bit of a conversation. And this is, the questions are scripted, but that's as unscripted. That's as scripted as we go. So, James, can you explain, because we want to first understand what it was like before. So can you maybe explain what your social anxiety was like before the Social Confidence Club, before even the 30-day challenge?
Okay, so confusing. I don't know the cliche, whatever you call it. I don't know the right word for it, but you can't see the forest for the trees and all those sort of ones. Yeah, it was a bit like that for me. I was wandering around aimlessly, not knowing exactly what to do. I'd seen other professionals in different avenues and really walked away more lost and more confused than when I went in. And when I got onto the 30-day challenge, basically it gave me clarity. It gave me understanding, and pretty quickly I felt like I had almost like a protection blanket around me, a bit of this is the path that's going to help, and it really, it showed me something. It showed me a way through, I guess. So
nice. And when you were in social situations, what was it like
beforehand? Or depending on certain ones, I couldn't breathe. Always looking for an exit. So extremely heavy heartbeat, knocking my chest so much that I thought I was having a heart attack. All the above, shaky, everything, just horrible, just debilitating feeling that, and just the feeling everybody was going to watching me or seeing me, and it was horrible, horrible. So, yep.
And how did that affect your life quality and your lifestyle?
Well, especially with my work, I had to take basically like a demotion off my own bat. So I wasn't forced. I asked, because I couldn't go into meetings. I felt like I couldn't go into meetings, and every time
you asked to be demoted.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
So I asked to be demoted. I was the manager, and I would think that I know that I had every ability to go as far as I wanted to go in my work, but it debilitated me so much that I ended up taking a demotion, and other people have taken on roles above me now that are probably less knowledgeable. Maybe not as much now. People have gotten up to speed, but at the time, it affected that I'm married with kids, so I couldn't go to things like my children's school teacher interviews and things like that. I couldn't bring myself to those sorts of things, even to the point at some point there I was having trouble going to the supermarket or anywhere, and socially with my friends in groups, things like that. If I didn't have alcohol to get me through it, I was not going to be able to go, and that was where, that was what it was about. So
yeah, pretty bad indeed. Yeah. And it's a very relatable experience. It's not a new story. But thanks for sharing that. Okay. Well, you mentioned that you tried a bunch of things What were some of the things that you tried before Social Confidence Club?
Well, I had 3 different therapists. I don't know what. Just you go to the doctor and they give you the form to fill out, and you go and see a therapist. All 3 of them were terrible. They all told me. So I think one told me that when I was at school, I was a big fish in a small pond, and now that I'm out of school and in the real world, I'm a small fish in a big pond, and you know, you got to toughen up basically. And another guy told me after 6 sessions that just don't worry about what people think, and there's not much we can do to help you in that sort of situation. It's just something you got to learn to deal with. That was sort of what he said. And the other one was, by the third one, I could tell I was heading down the path of the same story, and I just opted out within 2 sessions. I knew I wasn't getting anything out of it. I was going in there and coming out feeling no better. And then I gave about 10 sessions of EMDR a go, which is, I think it's rapid eye movement, or it's this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Similar to, it's got a similar basis to what EFT, I guess, where you've got to, it's to take your mind off the thought and break the pattern. But I personally didn't get much result from it. After 10 sessions, I didn't find anything changing. I'm not saying that it doesn't work for others, but personally, I just had nothing. So that was another way of trying something else out. So,
Yeah. Okay, got it. And then prior to the Social Confidence Club, did you have any doubts about joining? If so, what were they?
No, I didn't have any doubts about joining. I just needed to give anything a go, because I wasn't feeling like I was getting any better doing nothing. So there's absolutely no doubt that I was going to join. Obviously, for me, it was maybe slightly different because I'd studied a little bit of the EFT through your podcast, and then I'd got onto I'd just searched the web for all the different people you spoke to. I got onto their websites and I read testimonials and Gary Craig, and I just started to see this world open up of just like amazing results from years. And I was actually blown away that I hadn't even been told about. I had no idea it even existed. I couldn't believe so much information's there, but so hidden and confined when it's so brilliant. So I had no doubts when it was the 30-day challenge was to begin. I was like, oh, this is my gateway into getting into it. And
Great. How did you feel once you had joined? Because it was kind of new, right? Like there was a forum. We were going to do the webinars. Nobody actually knows each other, and nobody actually knew each other at the start. There's a totally brand new forum with, what was that like?
It was comforting to know there was others out there that were there for the exact same reasons as me, like social anxiety. It wasn't generalized anxiety, it was relatable anxiety, and I felt comfort in that. It was a bit daunting because I guess the one thing I was a little bit daunted by was there was comments underneath, and I felt a little bit like I wanted to put my comment there, but as you do at the start, you're like, oh, did I spell that right? Is this right? Oh, that sentence doesn't seem right. I've got to back and forth. So it was a little bit daunting, but overall, everybody was just so super supportive, and like you and just everybody. So it was easy. It was felt like a little family straight away. I felt connected to everybody, and it was great. Yeah. So it was a good start and good finish.
Nice. Yeah. I like that you're using that word. I was just interviewing Graham. He said the same thing. It feels like a kind of like our own little family, which is very cool.
It
Quite
does.
proud to hear that. Yeah.
It really does. Yeah.
Because in order for change to happen, you need to have a safe cocoon, like a safe environment for that to occur. Just like a child for its proper development needs to have a safe environment with the mom, or like if you're in Australia, like the baby kangaroo is in the, what do you call that? Does he call that the bag or not? No.
Yeah, that'll do. You can call it the bag. We'll just go with
Yeah.
that. No, the
Yeah. Right.
pouch.
Right. Yeah. The pouch.
Go in the pouch.
So,
Yeah.
it needs to develop a bit before it can, it needs the safety, so a safe container. And so I think that's what the club provides. Yeah. Okay. So, well, what are your results now? What has changed? How's your social anxiety now? How's your social ease now?
Well, I've still got social anxiety, and there's still certain situations that I guess you could say I do avoid still, which is fine for me. The thing it's shifted my anxiety. I guess I've got a lot of good results where I don't have anxiety in different areas, but the difference is that where I do have the anxiety, it's my thought towards it. It's not so much that I still have the anxiety in certain areas, but whereas I would have been shit scared, unfamiliar of what was going on and how to approach it, now I've got all the tools to understand and be okay with myself and go, I know what this is, and I know how to approach it. The 30-day challenge and beyond has shown me a way of being okay with me in that situation. Sometimes it's still a horrible feeling, and a horrible thinking comes over you, and you're like, oh my goodness. But I know what it is, and I'm safe with it, and I know that it's okay. And that's more so, not so much where I'm not socially anxious in certain areas, even though there is parts of me that are like that now. It's more just the whole spectrum of it is accepted, which is more important for me than anything. That I feel far more comfortable with it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And that is by the way, that's a fantastic accomplishment, because if you're watching this, you probably think, what do you mean accepted? How can I accept the unacceptable? And
Exactly right. Yeah.
well, you're exactly right. It's not easy, but it's doable, and there's tremendous freedom in the that comes when you're on the other side, when you're actually accepting it, where you're no longer fighting with yourself, where you're no longer fighting with the anxiety. And it's essential, and a big part of the community is focused on that. Now, that does not mean that we do not get rid of the things that trigger the anxiety. We do that too. That's another big part of the community. As you heard James say, certain situations he now no longer has anxiety. Well, so what does that then do to your life? So you mentioned, okay, there's a situation or situations where I no longer have anxiety. What was that like to experience that?
You look for it. So it's when I say situations, let's just say it's more.
You look for
Okay.
what?
You look for the anxiety. You look for the worry. So
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I go in and bump into somebody, and my mind will instantly go, "Oh my god, that's that person," or "I didn't want to see that person." You might be in the supermarket or something, and they'll say, "G'day, James, there you go." It's like, "Oh, g'day, Steve, there you go," and then because I'll just naturally say g'day, and then normally I'll go, and something's coming, but it wouldn't happen, and he'd talk, I'd talk, I'd talk, and I'd be like, while we're having a conversation, instead of worrying about how I was, I'd be still thinking about myself a bit, but I'd be like, I feel fine. What's going on here? Like, and you really enjoy that feeling, and then you might go looking for it a little bit to see if you're gonna experience it. And yeah, it's good. It's a good feeling.
Cool.
And I guess the other situations is I was with my work and everything. I always had a bit of trouble with meetings, and sure, if there's a lot of people and you put on the spot, sometimes it can be a bit difficult. But whereas I used to be a bit nervous a lot nervous throughout the entire thing, now what's shifted is I might be nervous at the start, and then I'm okay for the rest of it. I don't have it. It goes away fairly quickly because of that understanding of where I'm at and what it is that I've got, and yeah, and so it goes a lot quicker,
Yeah.
disappears.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's the
yeah,
power of acceptance. That's
that's it.
part
Yeah.
of the power of acceptance. When it
Mm-hmm.
comes up, you're not refueling it by hating it, trying to push it away, trying to control it, beating yourself up. It just makes it worse. It's like adding fuel to
Oh
fire.
yeah,
The power of acceptance just soothes it. It's like dripping water on the fire, and soon
yeah.
enough it will.
Just that alone, what you just said then is, it's just that brings back just memories of before the 30-day challenge, exactly like beating yourself up and the lack of acceptance, and you absolutely go against the grain of everything that you should do. And it's hard to believe that, but the 30-day challenge, once you do it, you realize that just how much you were causing it, not making it worse, and just fueling it, like you say. And you're like, wow, it's just unbelievable to follow that path. And it's a natural instinct to hate it and to, what's wrong with me? And oh my God, I'm just stupid. I'm just this, I'm just that, whatever you might tell yourself. And it's all part of the fuel that drives it. It's
Yeah.
quite unreal.
Yeah.
To have
It's
that realization
counterintuitive.
alone is huge. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Mm.
Yes.
Well, have you noticed anything in your general mood or attitude or anything like that?
Um, Probably just that I'm still part of my anxiety was anger, because generally frustrated and angry that I had it, frustrated and angry through the day. You would get to sleep because you wake up and you've got, so there's still a bit of that, but it's a lot better. I'm quicker to apologize if I feel like I've said or done something that just was out of character, where it's the anxiety acting out, so to speak. And I'm just a lot more calm in that respect in different situations where, once upon a time I might have banged my finger with the hammer, putting a nail in or something, and I probably would have bashed the hammer and the table at the same time, just in complete frustration. But now I'm just like, I've just got a more calmer way of doing it, because I know it doesn't help. All these things don't help.
Mm,
It's you know that may
yeah,
not have anything to do. People do that who don't have anxiety. I don't know, but I'm not as quick to do things like that anymore. So that's what I've noticed myself.
yeah.
Yeah.
More emotional control, but not the bad kind of control, the good kind of, the healthy kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
great. So has it been worth the money you invested in it?
Yep. Absolutely. 100%. Like, I don't know what everybody else is like, but like I don't drink anymore, but I was no worries. I go and spend $40 on a slab of beer, a case of beer, whatever people call it. No, you do that every weekend or every second day or whatever you do. You could buy this crap and that crap, whatever. You waste money all the time on things that give you nothing. This is everything. Like, this is for your whole life. Control and understanding of your own mind. Like, what's more the way I looked at it was, what's more important to invest your money in than anything else. Even for me, diet, like, that's important, and it does help with the mind as well. And everybody's always on about diet, but the diet for your mind, like the health for your mind, it's more important, in my opinion, to invest in that first and foremost. And whatever it might be is what it is. It's not even like, I'm not just saying this. This is honest. It's not even that. It's not expensive, so it's very cheap considering what you get out of it and what it's worth to you. Like, any day of the week, you'd spend your money, invest your money on that part to get yourself better, rather than other crap.
Yeah, right.
I probably didn't articulate that very well, but
No, I think you
hopefully,
did. I think you
Ross.
did. Yeah. Okay, so we've now been going through Social Confidence Club roughly 6 months, 7 months, something like that. And was it a painful process? And if so, what would you say to someone about how you dealt with any pain that you experienced? Long question.
Off the top of my head, I can't tell you that there was any painful processes, only that overwhelm, a little bit of, you can get yourself a little bit like, oh, I'm not doing it right, I'm forgetting. There's a lot of different codes to the techniques and things like that if you think, oh, I don't know which one they're talking about, I don't know this, I don't know, but you can get yourself wound up in that regard.
That's resolved now.
Sorry?
That's resolved now with the glossary on the forum.
Yes, you've got the glossary for me because I asked for it, which is funny. That's right. But even still, even with the glossary, you don't really need it, because I would just say to somebody that it's all part of the learning. Is that's all part of the process of giving yourself a hard time. Is when you're there, worrying that you haven't done it right, or you've missed something, or you're not understanding. That's all part of you giving yourself a hard time. You don't realize, but that's all part of the problem. It's giving yourself a break. You're doing the best you can do, and that's all that matters. So I would say to the person that even if you're not picking up 10% of it, it's better than nothing, and give yourself a break. Give it time. You'll get it more and more and more. I mean, it's not that hard to pick up, honestly. But like you're going to pick up more than 10% of it regardless. That's just being, worst case scenario, which is not going to be you, but I think, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
And, it is indeed like that. It's also certain things, certain concepts, the first time you hear them, like if you're watching this and you're not familiar with acceptance, first time you hear it, it's like, okay, fascinating, interesting. But that doesn't mean it's instantly automated inside your subconscious operating the show. No, it takes repetition, and it takes hearing different explanations, different metaphors, seeing it demonstrated on live webinars, experiencing the relief yourself in your body. And it is many, it's a process over time before it really sinks in. So when you want to become a, I don't know, psychologist, you go to university, you're not going to know all that you need to know in order to be a great counselor at the end of the first trimester. It is a little bit like this. I was even considering at one point calling it Social Confidence University, because there's a lot of things that I'm also educating you about. It's about your psychology, the process of change, how to tap, different kinds of techniques, and so on. But because it's not just about studying, and a university is most about studying, I didn't want to call it that. So a club, sounded better. And this is all about transformation. And, to the overwhelm, some people in the beginning reported overwhelm. I said, okay, you can make it really super simple. Only show up for the live webinars and just tap along. So you can decrease the amount of effort that you put in by simply doing that. And just that alone will help you to start to change things around. And it will also motivate you and inspire you to do more, because you notice changes. And when you notice that things are improving, you're naturally going to be drawn to wanting to do more. I don't want to make it sound all too perfect. There are definitely going to be ups and downs in your level of motivation, but generally you'll be going in the direction of where you want to go. Social ease and social anxiety will become a smaller and smaller and smaller problem. So yeah.
That motivation that you talk about, Sebastian, that's another thing that you learn, is that motivation often is what people will learn is all part of that resistance, that you think, you think that you're not motivated, but that's part of your body trying to trick you into, falling off the perch so you don't get in there and work on it. It doesn't want you to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which is all part.
Yeah. you want to have social ease and you want to go in that direction, but there's a part of your brain that's saying, well, when you are at ease with yourself socially, you're going to get rejected, you're going to get criticized, or it's going to be more difficult, there's going to be more pressure on you, you're going to have these expectations, and so there's resistance. And your subconscious is trying to protect you by resisting you going in that direction. And that resistance up, motivation down. So your motivation level will wax and wane. And that's why we do work on clearing the resistance and helping you in this process by setting up things in such a way that they're as easy as possible. Literally, press a button, watch a live webinar, or watch the replay and simply tap along. That's as simple as it gets. And there's lots of tap alongs as well. So I'm, making it as simple and easy as possible. But sometimes it's going to be challenging. But, are you up for the challenge? That's the question. All right, next question. Here we go. James, what specifically do you like most about the Social Confidence Club?
Specifically, the camaraderie. It's not the camaraderie. What's the word? The family feel, the group feel. Like we all know each other. I enjoy everybody and just the comfort that it gives you as a group. That's probably number one for me. I really like if I'm ever. I don't know how much we're talking about here, but we have a WhatsApp group. Is that something? So the WhatsApp group that we're all part of, if I've ever got a question, I can just quickly go into that and go bang, and within a minute someone's answering. It could be anything. You could be going into a meeting, you could be coming out of the supermarket, you might have just woke up anxious. Doesn't matter. You throw a question, we're from all around the world, all boys, all girls, all around the world, and you'll get somebody who will relate, and they'll say, hey this or hey that, and they can jog your memory on something that you've spoken about or something that's in the, hey, go to this here, and they'll direct you to something that you've got in the club that you can just go to for reference, and you might have forgotten. It's just everybody's got everybody's back, and it's a really comforting, safe thing to have, and it's just like having a little guardian angel, but 30 of them on your shoulder for any given time, and that's probably the thing I like the most, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
it's quite beautiful, isn't it? Yeah.
It is.
Okay. What are 3 other benefits of the Social Confidence Club? Let me ask that in a different way. What are 3 other benefits that you've gotten out of the Social Confidence Club?
Probably to be more social for one, because I wouldn't have ever. I would have kept pretty quiet. Wouldn't have spoken out like I do a bit more now, and joined in and been a part of routine. It gives me routine, which is important for me. I like that you have set days and set times for things, and it gives me
Wednesday email, Friday hangout, Sunday live webinar every week. Free opportunities.
And that's really good to have. You got the replays if you do miss it, but I like that routine. I don't know what to pinpoint, honestly. I said it before. It's just the fact that I've just got a wealth of information at my fingertips. It's the biggest benefit. I can go to any part of what's going on in my day if I'm not sure, and I can reference it off the club, and you've got it there somewhere. Whether it's resistance or it's whatever it might be. There's just such a humongous wealth of information. Plus, you have your weekly emails, which is even more information, and it's not overwhelming. It's just, sometimes it can be the similar things, but it's great to have that repetitive.
Say the same shit all the time, just in different ways.
No, you don't. But you don't. But when you do emphasize things that are important, and they are easily forgotten really quickly. And sometimes you're like, and I don't know. I just like to surf through it, and I find something, and I can rewatch. We have the mini challenges and things like that. It's just, if you've got an issue, you can. It doesn't matter what it is. If you can put it down and just type it out. It doesn't matter if it's spelling. It doesn't matter anything else. Just put it out there and bang, send it. And people are there to give you support, and they'll talk to you about. It's just, I don't know. It's an overall thing. I can't tell you what the three things. It's just the whole thing. It's, yeah. There's no negatives to it, And the other thing is that I really like is you ask everybody all the time, how can I improve it? What would you like me to do? Like you include us all the time, and we can give you our insight and improve things however we want to. We can chat about it if we want, or if you're too nervous to get up and chat about it, you can type it. It doesn't matter, and there's no expectation on anybody. I like that too. There's people that we've got who haven't been on video at all, and then there's others that you barely actually know that they're even part of the club, but that's okay because they're just as important to us, and there's no judgment. It's fine, and that's what I really like, the support that everybody gives, and everybody's always there for everyone. So
and
it's good.
I mean, I know the numbers. The majority is actually invisible and has been invisible from the start, and is anonymously participating throughout all of this, and observing this, and benefiting from it, and participating, and so on. And that's what I like as well. People can kind of choose their level of participation. Hey, am I gonna go through this anonymously? Am I gonna go challenge myself to start to participate? Am I going to participate from the start? Am I going to move up? Like there's you can challenge yourself within the community. That's kind
Absolutely.
of I like how that's built.
Absolutely. And there's that, I would hope to think, which I'm fairly confident, that there's that feeling of whenever you're ready, you're always welcome to like become anonymous and tune in, and don't feel like it's too late now, or that feeling that I've been muted too long or whatever, and I haven't been part of it, is not something that I think people suffer from too much. I wouldn't think, because we are very welcoming and warming to everyone. So
right.
Being people that have just turned up, and all of a sudden everybody's just like, wow, how are you going? It's great to see you, great to chat. And you just want people to feel comfortable and warm, because there's no judgment. We all know what social anxiety does, and we all understand it. So, you're in safe hands with all of us, because we're all one.
Yeah.
So,
I was a little bit like, before starting this, I was like, man, I might have some, some real assholes in there.
I remember you saying, putting the disclosure out, worried about that, that people were going to give someone a hard time or something like that. You were worried about it.
Yeah.
But you found the opposite.
I found the opposite. But I said, if there ever is someone like that, they will be kicked out of the club without warning, because you want to create a particular environment. And I mean, I do the best I can to provide a particular environment, but everyone just naturally seems to be very nice, and is very nice, and is very welcoming and warm and kind. And it's pretty.
It's a special thing that all socially anxious people have got.
Yeah, exactly. One seems to be a nice person. That's right. Yeah. Okay, cool. What do you like most about the webinars, the live webinars that we do?
Well, straight away, it's an hour of tapping, or an hour and a half of tapping, that you're definitely getting in. So that's great straight away. Look, sometimes I at the beginning I was thinking, well, this doesn't relate to me as much, but as you've explained, it doesn't have to relate to you for it to work. And I think it's just the fact that you can at different times. You can relate it to yourself, and that's really powerful. And then it can trigger memories and thoughts and things. Someone will mention something, and your mind might splinter to something and go, oh, hey, that. And especially for me, like if I've got a pad in front of me, I'll just write it, and then I can go back to it, and it'll just be like, oh, that memory, I remember this. And so I like that. I like to see everybody. And, generally there's, sometimes people can be a little bit sad and things like that, which is absolutely fine. But you always end up having people have a laugh and a bit of a turnaround, and I like that too. That just nice, relaxed sort of atmosphere. So, yeah, and it's consistent. Same again, you get that consistency going on. So, yeah, it's a really good thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Well, I picked these questions from the internet, right? So these are like some marketing guy suggests that I ask
and
these
I
kinds of
don't
questions.
know any of them. Just say,
yeah.
I have no idea what you're going to.
Yeah. Right.
You said that. You said they were pre-scripted, but not for me.
Right. Would you recommend the Social Confidence Club? If so, why?
Yes, 100%. I think I said it before at the start, because doing nothing hasn't helped so far. So for starters, I'd recommend it, because you got nothing to lose by having a crack at it. It gives you I don't even know the word for it, Sebastian. It gives you just a feeling of hope, a feeling of it's a feeling. It's not even a word. I feel comforted by it, and it's just where I felt lost and not sure about things, and now I've got that always, and it's a really important part of my life. Like, probably aside from my wife and kids, it's the most important part of my life. I think even if I was socially at ease now, I'd probably stay in the club anyway.
Wow.
It's just how it is. I really think I would, just because I like it that much, that it's just a perfect thing for me. It's beautiful community. I don't know how else to put it. So
awesome. Yeah. Well, I'm very happy to hear it. Feeling is mutual. I'm really enjoying it as well. Awesome. All right. Well, let's leave this on a high note. No more questions.
Yep.
Yeah. So I thank you for your time, and especially for wanting to contribute. And here you are talking on camera, encouraging other people to give 100%. This a go. So really cool. Much appreciated.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done this. Before this. So
testament to your transformation. Yeah.
That's
awesome.
Right. Yeah.
Great. Well, good stuff. We'll be in touch, and thank you very much. All right. So I hope you enjoyed that interview with James, good old bloke from Australia. And if you're interested in joining the Social Confidence Club, well, that's great. But we're not open yet, though it's pretty close to it. We're opening up in less than a week of releasing this particular video or podcast, however, wherever it is that you're watching or listening to this. Because this interview is released on February 18th. Am I saying that right? I am saying that right. And so the club's gonna open within a week from now. And it's going to be open for registration for just a brief period of time, because on the 1st of March, we're going to close the Social Confidence Club, and it's going to stay closed for the rest of the year, because all of my focus will be on helping the members inside the club, make as much progress as they can within that year. So, you cannot join at any other point. Now, if you're interested in Social Confidence Club, what I suggest is that you actually sign up for my free master class. That is a 3-part video series that gives you a perfect idea of what you can kind of expect inside the Social Confidence Club.
Because in video 1, I teach you how to stop your brain from triggering anxiety. Video 2, I talk about the 3 keys, the 3 golden keys to effortless social ease. And in the third video, I take you through the 5 stages to go from social anxiety all the way to effortless social ease. And I talk about all of the different steps in each stage. So you're at stage 1, okay, take this step, that step, this step, this step, and that step. Now you're at stage 2. At stage 2, you want to go to stage 3, okay, take this step, then that step, then this step, and now you're at stage 3, etc. And then I'll be talking about how you're feeling at each of these stages, because I've seen it so much. You know, I've gone through these stages myself. I've helped my clients go through these stages. I've seen people in the Social Confidence Club running through these stages. And so I can describe it with quite a lot of clarity nowadays. This is the evolution of my work. That's why I'm so excited about it. And then at each stage, you also hear video testimonials, or rather bits and parts of video testimonials of people who are at that stage. So the whole journey to social ease becomes very visual to you. And you get the feeling like, wow, maybe, just maybe, possibly, potentially, one day I can actually do this too. And I don't have to live with my social anxiety for the rest of my life, and I can free myself, liberate myself, and be at ease, sharing myself with others because I feel good about myself and I enjoy being around others. I enjoy connecting, socializing nourishes me, etc. All that good stuff, that effortless social ease, you know, that is presented to you how to get to that place in this 3-part masterclass series called How to Overcome Your Social Anxiety Without Forcefully Facing Your Fears Using the Incredible Power of Tapping. Now, if you want to sign up for that, and when you do, you are automatically notified once the Social Confidence Club opens up, go to bit.ly/Social Confidence Masterclass. That is bit.ly/Social Confidence Masterclass. So go there now. You'll already see the video that was released last week, and you will have access to the second video, and then the third video is going to be released very, very soon. I think tomorrow, if you're watching this at the moment that this video or podcast was released. So check it out. Don't miss out on this. This is gonna rock your world. You're gonna love it. There's gonna be lots and lots of comments underneath these videos as well, because there's thousands of people that are going to watch this, and that's all people who have similar problems as you. They're gonna ask questions, they're gonna relate their stories, and we're building a community here. And this is really exciting to be part of, because we're all facing in the same direction, effortless social ease, and using these tools, strategies, mindsets, psychological concepts to move towards that place. Combining traditional psychology, the best of psychology with the best of energy psychology, EFT tapping, and so on. This is just super exciting. Be part of it. So go to bit.ly/Social Confidence Masterclass, and I'll see you there. Bye for now.